Young Turks Elections 2014.
Welcome back. You're watching our Young Turks Election Special 2014. A former journalist, social activist and documentary filmmaker, Shazia Ilmi is making her debut in the parliamentary polls on an Aam Aadmi Party ticket from Ghaziabad in UP. A familiar face for the last couple of years as the chief spokesperson for the India Against Corruption movement and a key member of the Aam Aadmi Party right from its initial days, Shazia Ilmi has played a significant role in the Jan Lokpal movement. From news studios to the campaign trail, let's take a look at Shazia's story. A master in mass communication, Shazia Ilmi was a journalist with Z News and Star News before she plunged into politics.
इस बार मौका जरूर दीजिएगा आम आदमी पार्टी को। नमस्कार।
कमल और हाथ वालों ने क्या देखिए इतने साल से?
अब झाड़ू चलाइए। बहुत बर्दाश्त किया आप लोगों ने। सबको आपने बार-बार देखा है, हमको एक बार देखिए।
A mic in hand, her walk the talk campaign and a different approach to connect with the public, Shazia is trying to break the stereotypical image of a politician.
देखिए ये लोग क्या करेंगे, 500 का नोट शराब दे देंगे, उससे क्या होगा?
Contesting from the Ghaziabad parliamentary constituency, election 2014 has seen a three-way fight as the high-profile bigwigs of Congress, BJP and AAP are pitted against each other. Shazia Ilmi, thanks very much for joining us on CNBC TV 18. Let me start by asking you why you think we've seen so many journalists get into the rough and tumble of politics this election. Within the Aam Aadmi Party itself, there's you, there's Ashish Khaitan contesting from the New Delhi constituency, there's Ashutosh contesting against Kapil Sibal and Harshvardhan in Chandni Chowk. Even for parties like the BJP, we've seen senior editors like MJ Akbar join the party. Why do you believe the fourth estate now wants to give up on that role and get into politics?
We know when senior editors appear on different TV channels, they do kind of propagate a point of view which has to do with a particular party. So there's nothing new really, but yes, we're seeing more and more of active journalists now giving up the professions and getting into the rough and tumble of hardcore, real Lok Sabha politics, then just opting for a Rajya Sabha seat.
But Shazia, for you specifically, you've had a very successful journalistic career. Why did you believe that you could do more in terms of bringing about change by getting into politics?
It wasn't enough just to be an observer and a critic. I had to play a role and I had to be part of this process of, I had to be a kind of a catalyst and when I saw the opportunity in Anna Hazare movement, I thought I wanted to contribute to it. So I took a break for 3 months and those 3 months are now have become 3 years and there doesn't seem to be a way out now. I'm totally in. It doesn't give me any money, but I still speak on television. I don't get paid for it. That's the only difference.
Beyond the fact that you're not earning a fat paycheck at the end of the month, but you know, clearly you don't have to worry about money given what your declared assets are. But how has life changed for you since you got into active politics?
Shireen, I must be honest, I really thought as a journalist that I knew enough about how things work. But now that I'm in the grind, now that I'm in the field, so to speak, I realize things are worse than they are. And it's really tough out there for people who want to eke out an honest living for themselves.
You know, Shazia, one of the criticisms of the Aam Aadmi Party has been that you are in too much of a hurry, and that's evident from the response that you seem to be getting from voters in Delhi. People believe that they put their faith in you, they put their trust in you, they give you their vote, and then you stuck around for 49 days. Politics is about committing yourself to a cause and not only talking about a cause, and that perception now seems to be working against the Aam Aadmi Party.
You know, there are two ways of looking at it, Shireen. People can say we actually did not know how to govern, though the fact of the matter is in those 49 days, 50 days, so much happened and no other government has accomplished it. The second thing and the more important thing is, had we stuck on even for a day extra after the Jan Lokpal bill was not tabled, the same people would be crying hoarse and saying that look, they didn't care for Jan Lokpal, they were just there for power. So I guess either way we would have been doomed. You know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So it was one of those situations.
But you know, Shazia, you're making a promise to bring in more effective governance. You're talking about changing systems. You're talking about changing processes. Change doesn't happen overnight. So just because there was a delay in bringing the Jan Lokpal bill, should you have opted out of the promise of providing better governance?
We were actually a minority government. We didn't enjoy full support. And after a FIR against a prominent industrialist, we felt that two prominent big parties, BJP and Congress, were in cahoots, and they worked towards ousting us. There was no chance left, actually. If you were to think of it, there was no opportunity to carry on further. And had we tried to, I think every real move Aam Aadmi Party were to make without a anti-graft law like Jan Lokpal bill would have been met with stiff opposition, and nothing real would have happened.
So Shazia, as a young politician today, what are your priorities besides, of course, the issue of corruption, which is a cancer facing this country? What is it that you would like to do?
I'm contesting from Ghaziabad. The law and order situation here is so pathetic. Forget about women. Men are scared to go out in the evenings. So look at the situation where sanitation is concerned, which is a big issue for me. There's open sewage everywhere. I meet young girls who come running to me and they actually ask me, Didi, we just want to ask for one thing, and that is my mother has a problem getting out of the house. We don't have public transport.
I want to go back to the previous question that I asked you, Shazia, on introspecting on what the Aam Aadmi Party needs to do today to ensure that it lasts, to ensure that it continues to be a sustainable movement of change. What, to your mind, is the priority right now to do that for the Aam Aadmi Party?
We are breaking this binary that we seem to suffer. Congress, BJP, NDA, UPA, secularism, communalism. We talk a different language. We don't talk on lines of caste and religion. We're creating a new identity, a citizen identity. We're talking about civic engagement. We're talking about seeking accountability from our elected representatives. Now that you've asked me to introspect, and we have, I think structural depth is important. I think it's important to work on the organization. I think it's important to look at all the levels and structures so that we don't go wrong. Yes, we have a constitution ready. We do give affidavits when we meet people and say that, look, if we come to power, we won't do this. But we need to do much more.
Well, Shazia Ilmi, here's wishing you the very best of luck. Thanks very much for speaking to us, and let's hope the voter continues to buy your story and the Aam Aadmi Party makes a difference in Indian politics. On that note, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of Young Turks. As always, write to us with your feedback and suggestions to youngturks@network18online.com. You can log on to our website, youngturks.in.com. You can also Facebook or tweet us. Our Twitter handle is @ShireenBaiti. Till next week, from everyone here on the Young Turks team, goodbye and many thanks for watching.
Young Turks Elections 2014.